Most business advertisements are noise we want to tune out and forget. Just think of all the TV ads you've fast forwarded through, or the number of YouTube ads you've skipped after 5 seconds, or the number of sponsored social media posts you scroll right past. The fact is, most businesses fail to get our attention because they suck at storytelling. Author of Building a Story Brand, Donald Miller, says story is the greatest weapon we have to combat noise because it organizes information in such a way that people are compelled to listen. Miller is a former screenwriter who's deconstructed great movie stories like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings to uncover principles that we can use to turn our marketing messages into great stories that capture our customers' attention. Miller discovered that every screenwriter pulls an audience into a movie and holds their attention by ensuring the audience always knows the answer to 3 questions. I call these the 3 essential story questions. If you can clarify answers to these 3 questions when you're trying to market your personal brand or your startup or the company you're working for, your message will feel like a story that cuts through the noise and captures your customer's attention. Story question number 1. What does the hero want? At the beginning of Star Wars, Luke wants to avenge the murder of his aunt and uncle. At the beginning of The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne desperately wants to know who he is. In every great movie, you should be able to pause the film at any time after the first 10 minutes and know exactly what the hero wants. Once we know what the hero wants, we become engaged in the story because we want to know how will the hero get what he or she wants. When it comes to marketing, your customer is the hero. So if you want to make your customer feel engaged in a story, you need to help your customer clarify what they want. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, unfortunately, most businesses make the mistake of defining too many wants and confusing the customer. In the book, Miller says, if The Bourne Identity were a movie about a spy named Jason Bourne who was searching for his true identity, but also included scenes of Bourne trying to lose weight, marry a girl, pass the bar exam, win on Jeopardy, and adopt a cat, the audience would lose interest. When you describe too many wants in your marketing messages, your customer will lose interest. Writing a marketing message is like chartering a flight and asking your customers to come aboard. If your message makes too many stops, your flight will seem complicated and exhausting. But if your flight's a direct route to a destination your customers want to go to, you'll get more passengers. To find the one destination to write about and focus on in your marketing messages, create a description of your ideal customer, then write down their 5 biggest wants that your brand can fulfill. Then select the one want that you think will make the most compelling story. The 5 most common customer wants are conserving money, making money, saving time, increasing status, and connecting with others. Here are a few ways businesses in the book clarified and communicated the one thing their customers want from them. A landscaping business invites customers into a story with the caption, "We help make your yard look better than your neighbors." A college alumni association invites investors into a story with the slogan, "Helping you leave a meaningful legacy." And Donald Miller's STORYBRAND business tells customers, "We'll help you clarify your message so you can connect with more customers." When you clarify your marketing around a single want, you invite your customer into a story by getting them to think, how will they get me what I want? Story question number 2. Who or what is opposing the hero from getting what she wants? Just think how exciting Harry Potter would be without the threat of Voldemort, or how entertaining Star Wars would be without Darth Vader, or how compelling a story Rocky IV would be without the big bad Russian. In the book, Miller says, if we want our customers' ears to perk up when we talk about our products and services, we should position those products and services as weapons they can use to defeat a villain, and the villain should be dastardly. If you offer time management software, make distractions the villain. Personify distractions as evil bank robbers with masks on, robbing your time and killing your entrepreneurial dreams. By personifying and clarifying a villain and positioning your business as a tool to defeat that villain, your customer will feel like a hero who's ready to rise to the challenge. When looking for a villain to make your story interesting, consider external and internal problems. Internal problems include frustration, confusion, and self-doubt. Author Donald Miller positions his workshops as a weapon against confusion. When you clarify the external or internal villain that your customer is facing, you need to clarify what their life will look like if the villain wins. Which brings us to story question number 3. What's at stake? If Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker, and Frodo don't overcome the external and internal forces in their story, the world or galaxy will be enslaved by an evil force. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars are great stories because the heroes in those stories face dire consequences if they don't succeed. As novelist James Scott Bell says, readers want to fret, and so do your customers. In marketing, you need to make your customer fret just enough. You need to show your hero the cost of doing nothing, the price they pay for not doing business with you. Wendy's did this with their Where's the Beef marketing campaign. If you didn't choose Wendy's to resolve your craving for a hamburger, the internal problem, you'd be stuck with a sad and unsatisfying sandwich from another fast food joint. Clarifying the fear of doing nothing is a powerful story tactic, but you must use it carefully. Adding fear to your message is like adding salt to your meal. Without it, your message is bland, but too much of it and your message is off-putting. Including just a dash of fear makes your message a compelling story your customer wants to be part of. But for fear to be effective, it must be coupled with a dash of hope. In The Matrix, there was always a small hope that Neo might be the one. In Star Wars, there was always the hope that Luke might become a Jedi. To invite your customers into a story, give them hope by clarifying a vision of who they might become if they do business with you. Promise every customer a positive transformation. Men's Warehouse famously promised that you'll like the way you look. The Dove Soap Company promised customers that they'll love the skin they're in. If you run a cooking class, promise your customers that they'll be pros in the kitchen. When you clarify opposite futures, one the customer fears and one the customer longs for, you give your customer the third and final answer that they need to be engaged in a story. So if you want your business to stand out, craft your marketing messages around the 3 essential story questions. Question number 1, what does the hero want? Focus on a single want your business can fulfill. Number 2, who or what is opposing the hero from getting what she wants? Focus on an external and internal enemy. And number 3, what's at stake? Clarify what your customer's life will look like if they don't buy from you, and what it might look like if they do. If you can clarify the answers to these 3 story questions, you'll turn every message into a story that cuts through the noise and captures your customer's attention. That was the core message that I gathered from Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. This is one of the best books on marketing. I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to get better at sales and marketing. If you would like a 1-page PDF summary of insights that I gathered from this book, just click the link below and I'll be happy to email it to you. If you already subscribed to the free Productivity Game email newsletter, this PDF is sitting in your inbox. If you like this video, please share it. And as always, thanks for watching and have yourself a productive week.